Welcome to My Long Island TV. From Manhasset to Montauk, we have traveled our communities to bring you the following events. I'm your host, Waldo Cabrera. My Long Island TV starts now.
The Wine Council was formally established in 1989, and so we have now, I think, 49 full members. Basically, we have a couple of different missions. One is, first and foremost, to promote the wine industry out here, to market it, to make sure that people are aware of the number of wineries out here and the quality of the product. And we do a little advocacy too. We work both at the state level and at the local level to make sure that the policies in place help the wine industry. When I first got out here, I went around and talked to a lot of the owners, and they said, really, we do pretty well in terms of tasting room traffic between June and the end of October. But after October, business really drops off. And one of the things we came up with was a winter festival, which has evolved into a jazz festival, which has become incredibly popular. It's kind of a win-win-win. It's popular with the customers, it's popular with the musicians because there's not much going on during that time of year, and we have 70 acts going on over 6 weekends. And of course, it's very popular with the wineries because it brings a lot of traffic out here.
We're celebrating 40 years this year, so that's a big milestone for an industry, and 40 years young when you look at the rest of the world where it's thousands of years. And that's going to be a milestone for us because it's going to be about the next 40 years. Where do we go from here? And the next generations. And that's what you're starting to see right now, is you're starting to see individuals like myself with children getting involved, the second generation's taken over from the mom or the dad that has decided they don't want to do it anymore. And so as long as we have that generation, there's going to be that continual growth. What's made us evolve out here is that where we plant the grapes, when we have to grow the grapes, we then have to sell the product, the wine that we produced. And so that's where we differ from the traditional farming, is that we have a secondary use of the product that we've grown. It is about the wineries first and foremost, but it's people getting away and being able to enjoy themselves, and that's how our business has really grown over the last 10 years.
Some of the grapes we're growing here are difficult to grow in other parts of the state and other parts of the Northeast. So I understand that there is quite a business of actually selling grapes or juice to upstate New York, for example, or to Connecticut, or some of the other areas that are producing wine.
When you look at the word sustainable, what does that mean? To be able to stay in business and be profitable. If you're not profitable, you obviously can't stay in business. And that's really what happened with the potato industry and other industries that came out here, is that they weren't able to sustain the next generation going forward. Our business has been able to sustain itself because if we were to just grow the grapes, it'd be very impossible to sustain it because there's not a large give back on the economic side. Because it takes a lot of money to grow the grapes, and then you have to do the processing. But where we do see the value is where we can put that product in the bottle, and then obviously, allow it to age, whether it's in the barrels or whether it's in the bottle, and then that gives us the ability to sell it over time. And so that's what really has enabled us to stay in business, is having that time to sell our product as it develops in the bottle.
We're a small region, and our production is maybe 500,000 cases, which is, some of the huge wineries out west are making that every year themselves. So it's, we have a lot of boutique producers, and so if everyone woke up and decided, one day that they wanted a bottle of Long Island wine, we'd sell that pretty quickly. We can estimate that we're about $100 to $120 million in economic impact. So that, we talk about jobs. There's, I don't know, maybe a couple thousand people involved in the wine industry itself, but the bed and breakfasts that have sprouted up since the wine industry has been here, the restaurants that have come in, new restaurants, very, vibrant tourism services like, taxis and limousines and all the different things that feed off our industry. you know, it's quite substantial, the multiplier effect.